Hello, ladies and fucking tongue. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry if there's a slur. I'm dealing with tongue injury. Welcome to another session of Call of Cthulhu Song and Dance. As of last time, it was one hell of an emotional roller coaster with a lot of crying, both not only in game but in person. Apparently, will Iggy still get his limoncello? Will Jack, who right now is a nervous wreck, find his watch? Will there be more dancing and business acumen going on, including some insults and whatnot? And will I be able to maybe, I don't know, curse somebody's dice on? All that and more on Call of Cthulhu.
Thank you, Ford. Welcome, everybody, to Call of Cthulhu Song and Dance session number 11. So, like Ford said, we had some highs and lows and tears a flowing. Jack lost his watch. Jack disassociated. Jack had some disassociation. We finally had another sanity roll. That went well. Louise got to dance with Fat Iggy and let the Mafia Man know what she knew. We got to see the watercolor frogs be used. And we actually are starting the adventure.
Deploy the watercolor frog.
Yes, deploying the
watercolor frogs deployed. Miss White embarrassed.
Yes. So we're gonna start off with Runa and Mr. Y as they're walking up and getting to the drama table.
Oh boy.
Yeah, oh boy.
I'm not ready.
Well,
I mean, I know we were prepared for this, but I'm still not ready.
It is what it is.
Down some more of this Moscato.
Woo. It's in character. So
I got 2 flasks for a reason.
Nice. All right, so you've gotten up to the stairs to the drama table. Mr. Y pulls out the chair to let you sit.
It's black screened, Beth.
It's black screen. What do you mean black screen? What?
I mean, let me refresh my Roll20. 1 second. My map up. Hi, no, excuse me, ignore me. I was in the left-hand upper corner where it's just a void. Okay. Apologies.
Okay. Fuel there. No voids. Technical trouble.
No, we're good.
Yeah. So
I'm just a fool.
It's all good. Okay, so you've gotten over to the drama table. Yvonne has pulled out the chair to let you sit first, like a gentleman, and you two are sitting, overlooking the dancing contest, seeing people mingle and dancing, and pretty good bird's eye view of everything.
I feel so powerful.
So I will let you take the lead if you want to go conversation, pull out the cigars.
I think for starters, after thanking Mr. Y for being such a gentleman, she'll put her purse on the table and she'll dig inside of it and pull out a little tiny, like a small case that has like a little wooden box that has 5 cigars in it, and she'll pass him one because she did promise that there would be cigars and story time.
Yeah.
You mean a humidor?
A what?
A humidor? The wooden box?
Sure, I don't know.
Yeah.
Cigars, I'm sorry. So sure, that thing. But yeah, she's gonna hand him the cigar, get the matches out so he can light his and she can light hers, and they can smoke them at the table.
All right, so he's gonna take a cigar gonna wait for you to take yours, gotta light the match and offer it to you first so you can light your cigar.
What a gentleman. Thank you, Mr. Y. Very polite of you.
Yeah.
Now, what were we saying downstairs? Oh, yeah, story for story. Was that it?
Yes, that was.
And what was it?
I suppose we could start by. He kind of looks you up and down regarding the dress, and he's like, "How do you still fit in that thing?"
Well, it's impolite to ask a girl about her figure, but truth be told, Mr. Y, I don't know. I think I actually lost weight. I mean, if you look over here, and she kind of does like a baby turn in her chair. Like, it doesn't fit nearly as beautifully and snug as it used to. So I'm pretty sure I actually need to go get it tailored a bit more. And it's a couple years out of style now, but
I mean, that's fair.
your guess is as good as mine. But Ignacio does do good work, so it's not really that shocking.
That is fair. He is pretty good with.
His hands? She laughs.
Yeah, not very good with his mouth, but.
Oh, absolutely not. But, so, downstairs, you said you weren't having a lot of fun. What was that all about?
He.
A cigar helping?
Like, once you've lit yours and you're smoking, and he sees this was not a trick cigar.
No, this is
What?
legit. Like, this hoe rolled this cigar herself. She,
Well,
like, handpicked everything. She's actually quite proud of it.
yeah. I mean, he doesn't know that for himself, but it's just a
No,
safety
she is
thing.
kind of like scrutinizing him though to be like, does he like it? Does he like it? Does he like it? Like, she's already doing like her own like, I'll fix this for next time, and this could have been added, and maybe this.
So he, like, after he sees that this is a good, it's a legit cigar. He lights and does what you're supposed to do with a cigar,
Mhm.
and he takes a couple moments.
Puff.
Yeah, puff, and he's taking a moment to try and figure out the kind of the way to go about wording it. And he kind of sighs and he's like, "It's been a very long couple of days."
Oh, a couple of days, not just the last night.
He nods.
Well, what have you had going on the last couple of days beside all that nonsense down at the speakeasy with the Lady Songbird?
That's just been the tip of my week and time.
Busy bee, aren't you, Mr. Y?
Yes, that I am. Kind of pauses for a sec. I don't suppose you are aware of Gabe's situation?
Well, I was a little bit distracted when we were talking about game plans, to be honest. Just had this terrible spell of where I just could not stop dancing. If you couldn't believe that. Um, I think that Louise said that Gaston and Gabe are heading out to Nana's,
Mm.
and that Nana's gonna smooth this whole thing over with, you know, seems a little. I mean, I don't doubt that Nana has that sort of power. She's a very well-connected woman, especially for her age. But I mean, I'm still wondering if it's really gonna be enough. You
Yeah.
think they're gonna be all right, Mr. Y?
He kind of pauses. I hope so, especially when everything comes to light.
When everything comes to light.
Miss Solberg, Gabe and Gaston aren't coming back to New Orleans. They're skipping town.
Uh oh.
The telling Nana and getting Louise to believe that they're heading to Nana's was to give her and John Savoy a wild goose to chase.
Oh. Oh. Well. She's looking away from him, taking a couple puffs, looks back at him. Can I make a psych check?
Yes, go ahead.
Cool. Let me do that really quick. 33.
33.
I
Ooh, yeah.
passed.
Yeah, you passed. So he is trying he's it looks like he's focusing very heavily on the cigar, and there's a little bit of a tremble on the hand that's holding the cigar, and it's very much of I'm trying to maintain this semblance of like business,
Control.
yeah, business as usual, and kind of almost in the same vein of like I said it out loud, it's true, and I don't like that.
She's gonna like, so, I mean, he's smoking the cigar. Is he doing that with his left or his right hand? Is it like, where is his hand? Is it like on the table where she could like gently like just kind of put her hand next to it, not on it, not like, but just like next to it to like
uh
kind of test the waters?
uh Smoking with his right hand, but he has his left hand on the table, so
Okay. I think she's gonna have her hand on the table. She's not gonna like touch his hand yet, but it's like it is enraged.
gotcha.
um so it's really that bad, huh? They're not coming back ever?
Yvonne kind of shrugs. They might have after some time. I'm not entirely sure. It's, it's I don't know. Sometimes it's just easier to. He kind of shakes his head because the words aren't coming to him, and he just kind of goes for another puff of the cigar.
I think now she's gonna take the chance to like just gently like put her hand on top of his and give it like one squeeze, but not like, she's not gonna leave a ton of weight on it because she doesn't want to overstay her welcome.
Yeah.
So if he starts making motion like he's gonna pull away, she'll pull away first. Mr. Y. Um, I'm just, this is a lot to take in. I didn't even get to say goodbye. And you were real close to Gabe, weren't you? I'm sure this must be real hard for you too.
He's gonna nod and he's gonna nod and be like, "Yes, this was. We were we were very close."
Um, Mr. Y, can I hold your hand? I need a moment, I think, to really I don't want to get in your space, but I'm really having a hard time processing this. And
He's gonna offer. He's gonna turn his left hand over and kind of let you take it and squeeze it and stuff. And he's
okay,
gonna
she is
nod.
gonna do that. Okay.
I know
Breathing
you were.
exercises. Nope, that ain't helping. It's fine. It's not fine. It's not fine. I don't know, Mr. Y, how much heartbreak I can take tonight. Yesterday, however long it has been, I don't know how much more heartbreak I can take today with Tony and Gaston leaving. Do you?
He's gonna or he's gonna kind of look at you a little bit, and then he's gonna be like, "Oh, all right, Katie, Tom, yes." Katie mentioned that after I went to go help Gabe, you two seemed to have a conversation, and then you left. Then you were in the car.
Yeah, and then I was in the car crying, which is where you found me. So, yeah, real heartbreaking night. But I really hope Gabe and Gaston will be okay. And was this business with Nicole really that bad? What was even going on with those two?
Yvonne's gonna sigh, and then he's going to kind of shake his head a little bit and kind of look at you as he's explaining this. Nicole, as I've told you, Nicole's a bit of a partier and stuff, and well, one night she was out partying at the same establishment me and Gabe were at, and she had gathered the attention of some drunkards, and Gabe, with he's gonna kind of trail off for a second, his bleeding heart, his sense of morality, stepped in, knocked out one of the didn't quite knock out the one guy, but he made an impression. He's
real good at those.
That he is. He helped her out, took her home, and, well, John Savoy's reaction was pretty damn funny, from what I was told. And Nicole practically begged him to pretend to be her boyfriend.
But why pretend? Gabe never liked her like that, right? I mean, please don't take this the wrong way, Mr. White, but like, I've seen plenty of girls flirt with that boy, and he never seemed interested. I mean, he seemed like his mind was always elsewhere, dense as a rock. When it came to ladies flirting with him.
Yeah, it was a pretend thing. Unfortunate situations. Kind of pauses for a sec. This is going to sound strange, but have you been to the LeBlanc? You've met the other members of the LeBlanc family, right?
Yeah, I've met several, multiple times. Lisa really likes to bring me over to the red beans and rice. It's really ratty time.
I can only imagine. But Gabe's father, he's gonna kind of trail off because he's trying to work through the words that he wishes to use.
Mm-hmm.
And
blow some smoke out. Runa's smoking.
And he's going to pause and he's going to be like, lost my train of thought.
Oh no.
Okay, so Gabe's been being not so subtly hounded by his folk and a little bit of Nana about settling down and finding somebody. Not everybody is like Wolf and boxes past the retirement age.
Yeah, he kind of is a special case, isn't he? I don't know how he does it.
Yeah, and well, Nicole likes to get a reaction out of her father, and it seemed at the time like a good idea. Nana, the family gets off Gabe's back. Nicole gets to get attention from her daddy, and unfortunately, John Savoy is very good at worming and imposing and making things benefit him a lot easier.
So what you saying, Mr. Wise? She kind of lowers her voice because, like, she knows there's really nobody else around, but she just wants to make sure she's like. So what you saying is she's just a no good two-timing snake in the grass.
Yes.
Is
Isn't it obvious?
well, if Luis's reaction coming out of the office is anything to go by, it must not have been a pleasant experience. Does this have anything to do with what you were saying downstairs about those old wounds? I mean, I don't mean to press Mr. Y, but
No, I mean,
what's your skin in this race?
he's gonna pause. He's gonna take another puff off the cigar, and he's going to look at you, Runa. Well, I like Gabe more than a friend. I wish to have a
Oh,
relationship with him. Gabe, unfortunately, has been dealing with his preferences and not feeling like he's had support with it. So he's been fumbling with it and stuff. And with Jean Savoy sneaking in and putting pressure on him to make sure Nicole doesn't do anything stupid, along with Nicole not starting to realize that maybe she did something stupid and whether or not she actually likes him or not. Well, it was
howdy.
a ticking time bomb.
Mr. Y, she's gonna be like really squeezing his hand because she knows this exact fucking feeling right now. I'm really sorry. Did you at least get to say goodbye before they skip town? I mean, I'm still trying to really understand and wrap my head around this whole situation, and I don't understand.
Kind of
It's all much bigger than I am, and as you said, it's real hard when you think you got power and you don't got any.
he nods and kind of shrugs. Wasn't exactly a goodbye I wanted to have, but it is what it is.
I think, can I do another psychology check? I want to see if there's something I perhaps should maybe, or like an idea check, something to see like if there's something I should be like maybe pushing a little bit more based on this conversation I'm having with Mr. Y.
Yeah, go ahead. Roll idea.
Okay, that's a int or education.
Int.
Okay. I rolled a 56.
56. Okay. Cool. Well, there's the old. You can ask about Gabe, or how long you could ask Mr. Y regarding like how long how long has the relationship with Gabe.
Gabe,
Try
Ben.
and words speak good.
It's not good. Okay. Um, she's gonna give him a couple moments to kind of like recompose himself a little bit, cause like he's giving out some stuff, and she can tell he's not real happy, and um, kind of let that sweet nicotine hopefully calm him just a little bit. Um, Mr. Y, can I ask you I know I've been pressing something awful. Can I ask you another question about you and Gabe?
All right, I have nothing to hide.
I mean, I've heard a lot about your activities around the city. I feel you have a lot to hide, but she tries to laugh a little bit.
He feigns offense. Like, how dare? Oh my
How?
gosh, my reputation.
um, you've known Gabe quite a long time, right? Like, I mean, I know that he got picked up by a wolf for a little bit when he was younger, and
Mm-hmm.
trained for him for a little bit before he became a boxer, but like, how long have you been friends? More than friends? You know. How long have you known him? How'd you even meet?
He chuckles a little bit. Well, we were 14 or so when we first met. Admittedly, not the most conventional way of meeting, but it is what it is. Um,
And conventional? What do you mean by that, Mr. Y?
well, as you have pointed out, my family's rather infamous in town and such.
You do have fingers in a lot of places.
That we do. And growing up, I not as often with my father's position of power, but still, sometimes people say things that get under your skin. And when I was younger, I was not able to process it very well. So one night I ran out and headed out to a wooded area trying to calm myself down. And I ran into Gabe, who was running away from his father. And, well, he kind of pauses for a second. I don't believe you came to New Orleans when the Salvatore family was still in town. Were you?
Mm, I've been here roughly about. She's doing like math on her finger, like waving her cigar around, doing the math in her head. She's like, it's been only about 5-ish years, Mr. Y. Have they been around since then?
He shakes his head. No, they haven't been around since 19 after my mother's passing in 1915. So yeah, you luckily missed out on them.
So, what about the Salvatore family? Were they
Well,
big shots here in town?
they were one of the larger families. They're kind of pauses for a second. He's trying to figure out the best way to word it.
Did they run similar operations to what your family currently does?
Yes. Uh yes, similar operations and such. They but they're also very old fashioned and didn't quite approve of my father's marriage to my mother. And well, kind of pauses for a second. Like, well, I may as well tell you. They were not appreciative.
Look, she like crosses herself. She's like, secret safe with me. I'll throw away the key. Boom.
He chuckles a little bit. Well, they weren't really appreciative of Gaston losing the booze that they ordered him to run. And they also didn't.
Wait, what? Gaston? I mean, I know he's always been kind of a bit in and out of trouble, but how old was he? Like, he must have been really young back then.
22? He's doing the mental math too.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. You were about 14. My bad. Gaston was getting into he's real good at that. But what happened? Oh my god.
Well, Gaston, well, he's always run things that err on the side of the law. He's been doing it since he was about 13 or so. He kind of shrugs when you're not allowed to take legal jobs. You take whatever you can get. Take whatever you get. And so
at this point, Runa is digging in her purse for her flask again. She's just like, Mr. Y, I promise you I am listening. But where's that goddamn flask? So Gaston,
yes,
let's doing the Gaston show, okay? And the Salvatore's he lost a shipment. That doesn't sound like. I mean, Gaston gets in a lot of weird trouble, but that doesn't seem like him. He usually delivers.
Well, it wasn't exactly him delivering it. It was Louise.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
But she would have been
14.
real small. Oh.
Isn't she the same age as Gabe?
She is the same age as Gabe, yeah.
Yeah.
In character.
I mean, teenager, yeah.
We're doing the math on our fingers.
So much math, age math. Oh. Well, I mean, Runa's piecing together. And then what happened is the booze got lost and Louise was running it. She was just being a teenager, a baby.
He kind of nods like, yeah.
So, okay, I'm still following. She's still digging in her purse. So, it was lost. And I take it the Salvatore family didn't take too kindly on losing out on their product. Did they?
Nope. They also didn't appreciate that Gaston was hiding Gabe's existence from them, figuring, well, why, you've got an extra set of hands in your little gang with your brother, so why haven't you been doing extra work for us? So they trailed him, picked to the place where me and Gabe were, and well, they did their best to make an example out of Gaston, and he kind of trails off, and he's kind of looking at the cigar, which by this point is kind of getting through.
Neglected. Yeah. Honey, you need to ash some fierce. You know what? Hold on. She puts her cigar down on the in the tray for a minute, and she's just like rifling through back. She's like, damn, this thing is just a bottomless pit. She dumps her whole ass fucking purse on this fucking table because she cannot find this flask. And so what she has pouring out is everything from her little handgun, some aspirin, playing cards, her cigarette case, steno pad, pencils, more cigars, cigarettes.
He's just gonna kind of stare at you. It's just kind of like, this was a dancing contest. Why did you need all this shit?
A girl always has to be prepared, Mr. Y. And you know what? She grabs the flask and she shoves it in his face. We're gonna drink. Because this is some real fucked up shit.
Well,
So
listen,
either you can take this flask of rum or I have apple pie moonshine at my thigh. So pick one.
he's like, I'll take the rum. He just takes the flask from you.
Good choice. Okay.
And he's gonna
Bottoms up.
bottoms up. Bottoms up.
She is shoving all of the shit back in her purse now that she's found what she wants. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I got off track a minute there. So let me understand this correctly. Gaston was running for the Salvatore family.
Yes.
Louise was doing the delivery. The booze somehow got lost.
She got caught by the cops.
Oh, she got caught by the cop. You know what? I'm not surprised. That explains a lot, honestly. Wow, that really explains a lot. Oh my goodness. She is like processing this information as she's getting it. And the Salvatore family didn't like that Louise got caught, and Gaston didn't do his end of the bargain. And you ran away from home, and you met Gabe in the woods. And then what happened to you and Gabe and Gaston?
Well, like I said, they made an example out of Gaston. They captured me and Gabe, but thankfully my father was able to find 3 of us, and well, he took care of the Salvatore men and managed to get us back to the La Luxuria.
Isn't that fancy boat you're throwing that party on later tonight?
That it is.
You even going to your own party? Doesn't seem like much of a night for a party. New Year's not.
Eh, it is tradition to have the paddle boat.
And
It
I
is.
mean, like, it is. Man, it's real bad luck not to get a kiss on New Year's Eve, and your boy like isn't even gonna be there to kiss you. So, she realizes now she really just stuck her foot in her mouth. She's like, "Oh shit, fuck, damn it, sorry, I got ahead of myself."
I mean, you've heard of my reputation. And he kind of offers a bit of a cheeky wink, cheeky smirk of like, I think I'll be able to find a kiss on New Year's.
Yeah, but it's not who you want to smooch.
I've been waiting to smooch him for years. I think I can handle waiting a little bit longer. Sticks his tongue out. It's like,
I like you a lot more than your sister. You're a lot more fun, Mr. Y. This is almost as obnoxious as that time you caught me and Tony dancing and Ignacio almost punched his own sister. She takes the flask and downs. But let me get back to the thing. So, hold on. So what happened to the Salvatores? They beat the cake out of Gaston.
yes.
And then what happened to you and Gabe and Louise? You can't just start the story and not finish it.
He kind of chuckles and he's like, well, Louise is, I think she got shipped off to one of them uncles. Gaston had to get patched up by Doc Tatters.
Doc Tatus?
Mhm.
That's a wild name. Whew. Okay, now continue on. We'll circle back to that. It's such a wild name.
He's gonna kind of, well, Gaston and Gabe stuck around. Nana was, he's gonna kind of pause, informed of the situation, and, well, there was a conversation that she had with my mother, and, well,
You've been with Gabe ever since?
more or less.
You and I both have real bad luck, don't we, Mr. Y? I suppose this is why Louise doesn't like Gaston much, isn't it? I mean, like, she likes Gaston, but, like, there's always been that weird, animosity between them. I never quite knew why, but she always got really, what's the word? She's, like, snapping her fingers, picks her cigar back up.
Hostile?
She got real prickly about it, and I didn't want to press, because, I mean, it felt like she was going to bite my head off, and, like, I like my job, and I really want another raise, and I'm not going to get that if I'm pressing the wrong buttons, if you know what I mean.
That is fair. That is very much fair. She does seem to have a quick temper.
To be fair, Mr. Wyatt, usually when her temper flares up, she's got a real good reason. Just half the time I just don't know what it is, but usually she's got a good reason. She's a real protective sort. She takes real good care of people she cares about. So you can imagine that this whole night has been a wild circle of events, and we're just trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. Why Gabe and Gaston have to leave. Why I've been acting pretty bad shit on and off. Now Nicole girl, wanna wring her little neck. Especially now. Give him a flashback. Takes another big drink. Let's see, I got Salvatore. So that event happened. Louise got shipped off to her uncle's, where now she got the LeBlanc store from. Okay, that makes sense. You and Gabe got real close. You've been friends since, and you wanted to be more. And Gabe, I would assume, wanted to be more, but he was working through his stuff. Okay, I understand that. Boy, I understand that. Whatever happened to the Salvatore family, though? You said that they're not around anymore.
Well, he kind of trails off for a second, and he's like, well, they murdered my mother, and so my father took care of them.
Oh.
I'm sure you heard about the incident in 1915. And if you want, you can roll.
Yes.
Do you want to roll a knowledge for that?
I do.
Yeah.
And can I roll both? I would like to do the knowledge and then the psychology to like get in his head.
Yes. So roll the knowledge first.
So for the knowledge, I got a 7.
Awesome.
And then for the psychology, I rolled a 4.
Awesome.
What the hell?
So knowledge first.
Awesome.
Yeah. Right.
Knowledge first.
Knowledge first. Let me get to the right page. Okay.
Score.
Okay. So, the you know that the event was basically her death was in 1915 and it was caused by an explosion that was most likely meant for Ignacio. Um,
Fat Iggy.
yeah, Bad Iggy.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, I just wanted to clarify. So
Yeah. Bad Iggy held a very lavish funeral for Celine, and then after the funeral, it was quickly followed by a string of deadly fires centered on businesses that were known to be run by the Salvatore family and many residents of their organization's leadership.
okay.
You also know that any members of the Salvatore family, if they enter New Orleans, they're found on the papers as dead bodies.
Oh, he's thorough,
Very
is what I'm learning. He's very thorough, very
Yeah.
vengeful. You know what? Good for you, Iggy. Good for you.
And
Okay.
then for the psychology, Yvonne, like when he's talking about, his mother's passing, it's very cold, kind of like they deserved it and kind of stuff, but also kind of like this coldness of like it's been some time, so that wound has kind of healed, but it's still a sore spot.
Yeah. He still misses her and stuff.
Yes.
Okay. Runa's gonna find his hand again and give it a nice, like a firm but gentle squeeze. Just like, Miss Yvonne, I'm sorry about what happened to you and Gabe and what happened to your mother. I'm sure it still hurts sometimes. And I'm sorry about that.
I appreciate that, Miss Solberg. I do greatly appreciate that.
Do I have anything I want to press? I don't really know about the book. I just want to clarify, does Runa, just to make sure I'm remembering correctly, Runa knows about the book's existence, but she doesn't know that Louise and Laura, or that Louise told Tony to bring the book, yeah?
Yeah.
I think she would actually follow, like, real quick, she's going to follow up on that, just like, Mr. Y with Nicole.
Yes.
I think something is wrong with that girl. And not just because of the way she was leading on Gabe. We're not even going to get started on that, because I will be here forever, and I don't want to tear your poor ear off with my words, but it was just like every time I had that weird dancing thing, it seemed to originate from her and Colette, and they have some against Tony, and but
They have something against Tony?
I'll tell you, because you're old family friends, but try not to let it get out, okay? Like if Tony even knows I told you, she's gonna kill me, okay?
All right.
So promise you won't say anything.
Your secret's safe with me.
I don't know about that, Mr. Y, but
He gives you the look of like, really? I spilled my heart.
You're right. I'm sorry. I'm very.
It's about
really on
Tony. You're
edge. I understand.
like this.
Yes, you know we've got a history, really long, complicated history. I know you are long-time family friends, but those girls, I guess the Lamars don't know that Tony is Antonio, and so the girls know that Tony is Antonio, and not just Tony. And I guess they have that on her and have potentially been blackmailing Tony into potentially not having employment if they don't do what they say. And they were talking about some weird mumbo jumbo spell book or like weird thing.
So Yvonne's gonna furrow his brows a little bit. Gabe was mentioning that the other day.
The spell book thing?
Yes, he kind of shakes his head, and he's gonna have his voice low. Yes, Gabe told me that Nicole, she had a few drinks in her, and she was blabbing on about some idea she had as kind of a final hurrah between her and Colette, and they managed to press her, that Walter fella, into grabbing one of the old occult books from the
library.
Yeah, they do spring cleaning and stuff every once in a while, and well, fellow who has no connection with the family or with New Orleans. Simple, easy sneak in, sneak out. He kind of shakes his head, and he's like, Nicole had mentioned to Gabe, there was something in the book that would allow them to channel a cosmic entity kind of thing, and he's very much, it's the look of like he doesn't quite believe
what he's saying.
Yeah, and just kind of one of that weird. Yeah, it's weird. Gabe was worried about it because what when two pretty rich socialites get something they don't understand, all hell breaks loose. And Gabe may not have feelings for Nicole, but
he still cares about her safety because he's a gentleman.
He's got that bleeding heart.
Yeah, I wonder. Runa leans on the table, looks down over a fucking wall. Just like, I wonder where he got that from.
Yes, that. He's kind of like, and then he's like, oh, and he snaps his fingers. He's like, I still have to talk to that Lynch fella about what happened in June.
Lynch?
Yes, the situation happened in June, and Gabe got his.
Wait a minute, hold on. She's like snapping her fingers. Beth, do I need to roll the knowledge, or can I just know it?
Yeah, go ahead and know it.
Okay. Oh, you mean the little scrawny one that Wolf's teaching?
Yes, that fella.
Yeah, what about it?
I just gotta talk to him about what happened in June.
Oh yeah, that event. I remember that bread, beans, and rice day. It was, that was a tense one.
Very much so.
Good luck with that.
Hopefully. We'll see how that one goes.
I mean, I'm sure it'll go fine. Like, the boy's lost 2 out of his 3 fights. How bad can it really go? Right, Mr. Y?
Go ahead and roll me a psychology real quick.
I rolled another fucking 4. Shocking. What the hell? Okay, dice.
Damn. Okay, so
I like that double 0.
You look at Yvonne, and Yvonne's kind of got that knowing smirk of like, with what the information that I know about that situation. Sure, Jan, sure.
Okay, Karen, whatever. Okay. I mean, You know what? I'm sure that there's a long, long story behind this one, Mr. Y. But I think I'm going to take a rain check on it.
Sounds fine with me. He kind of looks over the thing. I better go check in with my sister. She seems to be. He's kind of looking over, trying to get a good look at the field. I should probably go talk with my father, talk with my sister, make sure everything's still up to snuff with the dancing contest and stuff. And so he puts out the cigar and he stands up and he's gonna offer his hand for you to help you up, but he's gonna say, "It was a pleasure talking to you, Miss Runa. I appreciate it."
Thank you, Yvonne. I have a lot to think about. She's gonna take his hand. She's gonna stand.
Mm-hmm.
And then this boy's gonna need to probably roll a dexterity because she's going in for a hug. She's a hugger.
All right. Okay, give me one sec.
Do I need to roll to hug him?
You rolled a hug him. Nonsense.
Is it a dexterity?
Oh, yes, give me a second. Yeah. So, what'd you get on your thing?
14.
14. You pull him into a hug. It's a great hug. He's kind of startled of like, oh no, what do I do? Of like, oh, I've never gotten this. What? Or, in such a weird situation, he's just kind of like, ah.
She's just gonna like almost at this point, like she's hugging him and her like face is at his shoulder. She's just like, just Mr. Y, Yvonne. As one of Tony's friends, just I understand if you're not hugging, but let me have this for 5 seconds.
He kind of nods. It's like, all right.
I didn't get to say goodbye to Gabe. You got to say goodbye to Gabe and Gaston. I assume, I don't know, you at least got to say goodbye to Gabe. Let me have this.
After a second or two, he kind of returns the hug. And with that, we will head on over to
Escort me, please.
Yeah, they're gonna head down. Yay! To
Ew.
the thing, and then we will go with the party over at the tables.
Yay.
Yay.
Look at all these beautiful icons.
Yeah, they're beautiful. So Laura, you have been, you got to have your conversation with Wolf, or not with Wolf, with Stuart, and you're getting back to the table. Go ahead and roll me a spot hidden, please.
All right. That is a 30, which succeeds. Just
Spot hidden?
what?
Spot hidden.
I rolled a 30.
Okay. That is. Hold on. Okay. Alright, so you see Wolf and he's still got his face covered. Tony seems to be looking through a bag. And Jack is not there. I mean, he's there physically, but he's not there mentally.
Mentally checked out.
Yes.
All right, I'm going over to Jack and facing him.
Alright.
Hey,
Hey.
So, Chev,
Yep.
go ahead and roll sanity with advantage, which means you need to roll the D100 twice and then tell me the lowest number.
Okay. Do I have to get underneath my sanity?
Yes, your current
My
sanity.
current sanity? Oh, F me.
Well, you get to roll twice. Take the lowest
40.
number. Okay, then did you roll it twice?
Yes.
And the lowest one was
Yes.
okay. So Laura, you're.
Can I get a third one?
Give me a second. Okay, so
His current is like 28, I think.
yeah. So Chev, basically what's going to happen is you're going to still be disassociating, but you're going to miss out on the next conversation that Laura has with either Tony or with Wolf, essentially, and then you'll come back around.
Okay.
So Laura,
Cool.
you shake his shoulder. He doesn't seem to be kind of like he's starting to come back, but he's brick wall.
yeah, can I psychology or first aid to see if I can figure out how to snap him out of it?
Go ahead and roll first aid.
That is a 26, which succeeds.
Okay, you can tell that he is disassociating, and he is, and that it's gonna like you're shaking his shoulder is kind of starting to bring him back. So it's just a matter of him rebooting essentially.
Da 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 da.
Yeah.
I press Control Delete and
You press both his temples and his nose at the same time, and he force reboots.
yes.
Pretty much.
Oh, that makes go.
Yes. So Tony's looking through like a small bag, and Wolf is still not. I mean, he'll probably. I don't know.
Yeah, okay,
Do you
Laura's
want
going
me to
around the
roll,
table
like-
to check on Wolf.
Right. Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll a Constitution, Wolf, and we'll see how you're doing.
That's a good question, Laura. How am I doing? Oh my fucking god. So these dice really want Wolf to have a migraine because they just rolled a 99.
Yeah, that is true. So Laura,
Wow!
as you're like, "Hey, Wolf, are you okay?" He just lets out another yeah, that as like another
Head down on table.
Another thing kind of scoots through the back of his eye. Yeah, he's not doing so hot.
Oh no.
Yeah. And Louise, you are free to leave Bella. She's kind of giving you all that she can give you in the way of dancing lessons and quote unquote, and you're good. You're good to leave and head over back to the table and whatnot. Is there anything you guys would like to do, or should we hop over to Virgil?
Well, I can't do anything. At least I don't think I can.
Oh, I didn't realize I was muted. She'd probably move as fast away as she possibly freaking can from Bella. And probably check on Jack. Probably pet his hair, be like, and very nervously be like, "Hey, Shy, you all right?"
Right. Jack, as you feel your hair being patted, you kind of start to come back to reality.
Whoops, there goes gravity.
Jack finally looks at Louise, I guess, because she's petting him. He's like, hi, Louise.
Hi.
What happened?
I was about to ask you that. We kind of, and then you went over here, and, you ain't really been
You've been spacing out the last 10, 15 minutes.
Did I hit my head? What happened?
Mm-hmm.
Did I smack it? I told you I was a bad dancer.
No, you didn't hit your head.
You kissed the mud bug. Wolf head on table groaning.
What?
Is he okay? He gestures towards Wolf.
I'm about
He's
to
talking
ask
gibberish.
him. Wait, you don't remember? Oh.
I'm not sure. Would Jack remember what happened? I don't know, because he's like, I don't think he wants to remember him losing the watch, so I don't know if that would also push back towards him dancing with Louise as well.
Roll a luck.
I think that'd be kind of up to you to decide.
Oh, shit.
Wolf groaning's like, I'm fine. Just got a sudden headache.
I got aspirin in my first aid if you want it.
Do you got it on you?
Yeah.
Where?
In my purse.
If you got aspirin water, that would be amazing.
Yeah, Beth is echoing. Let me roll first aid.
If you have aspirin on you, I think you can just hand it over.
Yeah, you can just do it, and Wolf, go ahead and roll Constitution again with advantage. So take the lower of the numbers.
So the first one's a 92. And the second one's a 7.
So guess what? The power of
aspirin.
Finger
and bear.
You're good. You no longer have to do the half rolls. So.
Okay, so I probably still have like a lingering, but I can function through it now.
You can function. It's ebbing away.
Oh, sweet Christ. Thank the Loa. Okay.
Before I forget, Wolf, your watch is missing.
What? He looks down his wrist. He sees that it's not there. And then, generally calm, composed, nice Wolf starts looking not angry, but paranoid and freaked out and terrified. Just like, oh no.
And Louise mentions the watch, and Jack just like doesn't. He like irks back a little bit. Like, nope. I'm gonna try to ignore this for now.
you know what? I'm gonna go look on the floor. Maybe it just came loose and fell off. And he's gonna go look on the dance floor for his watch.
Alright.
He's not seeing it. Beth, do I need to roll spot hidden or anything?
Everybody can roll me spot hidden.
Oh, Jesus. 45 out of 60.
You're not seeing it on the floor. You're not seeing it anywhere. It's not on the floor. What about the rest of you?
Oh, I didn't know we all had to roll it.
Only if you want to help Wolf potentially find his watch.
Well, because I asked everybody to roll a spot hidden.
Oh, you missed that. Sorry.
24.
24. What about
88?
you? 88.
I ain't spotting nothing.
89. But honestly, I don't know if Jack would be looking.
Okay.
Yeah, Jack probably isn't looking at this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Louise,
I don't think
you looking
he-
either.
he hears watch. He doesn't want anything to do with any sort of watch right now. He doesn't want to deal with it. It's like in the back recesses of his mind, just like vaulted away. He doesn't want to deal with it right now.
Yeah, Louise has got other fish to fry. She just mentioned it to Wolf, like, hey, don't know if you noticed, but I passed it, but
Well, what was the pass? I just want to double check.
24.
24. Okay. So, Louise, you kind of do a quick kind of glance over. You don't see it on the floor. As you kind of look at, your gaze kind of catches the wall. You kind of notice that there's a familiar face on one of the old founding, they have like the founding photos of like all the rich bourgeoisie families or whatever that kind of like, hey, here's who was here back in 18 blah 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 and everything.
Yeah.
And you see, like, it's a quick glance, so you're not like intense looking, but it almost looks like Bella's in that photo. And as you're kind of also looking around, you can see Virgil being approached by Miss Y.
Louise will remember that. But Louise is going to take a closer look at the Bella photo, I guess.
Okay.
Where is it? Could you point for me?
It's basically kind of like right over here.
Oh, thank you for moving me. She's going to take a couple steps back and double check that photo, because she just spent an inordinate amount of time with Bella.
Yes.
She wants to double check that and check the date on it. So, spot hidden again?
Yes.
And Jack, look over and see what she's doing.
Yeah.
An 8.
Okay. It's kind of old. It's the date is about 1875, and it looks like kind of one of those celebratory, like, hey, it's insert whatever holiday here. Everybody's gonna stand in front of the dance hall because woo. And there's Bella, there's a couple of other people, but yeah, pretty much it's the big important takeaway here is that the lady in the photo looks a lot like Bella.
Oh my god, it's like The Shining.
So basically, Bella looks the same as this photo, but this photo was taken over like 30-something years ago.
It's 50.
50 years ago.
Sorry, I'm bad at math.
Like The Shining.
I am going to whistle to Laura. I can't whistle. Laura cannot whistle, but Louise will whistle to Laura.
Move. Alright, Laura will pay attention, come over. Hey, what's up?
Yeah, like hand signal.
Yep.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Sha. That date and the person in this don't make a lot of sense.
Looks a lot like Bella?
All right, I
Yeah.
ain't crazy.
Must be one of her relatives or something. What's the problem?
Wait, Beth, usually when they take photos of this, they have names at the bottom. Are there names at the bottom?
Ruby spot hidden.
You're echoing a little bit too, Beth.
I don't know how to fix that.
19.
All right, there's a couple of names. There's few period accurate names. The big ones of importance are like Richard, Isabella, Zelene, and those are the big important ones to make of note.
Can I roll a knowledge to see if I can recognize these other names and faces?
Yeah.
I don't know,
I'll
Laura,
roll
if you
it
want to
too,
help
hang
me
on.
with these.
Yeah, I'm rolling.
15.
All right.
25, so also yes.
Okay, you like studying the photo a little bit. You two kind of realize that Richard, or at least there's somebody who bears a similar in appearance to Dickie. And then Louise, you recognize Zelene as Mr. Sagano's wife.
Sorry, who's Dickie?
One of the party boys.
Yeah, one of the party
okay.
boys.
Like the lead party boy.
Not the lead one. He was
Sorry.
the one who was talking to Louise and directed and was like, "Hey, somebody's full of booze."
It's Runa. Need booze? Check her out.
Pretty much.
Laura, I dare say something's a little off here, don't you think?
Well, I agree it's somewhat unusual, but you do get these sorts of things in genetics sometimes. And it's not like they're
Laura.
uncommon names.
Laura, can you just walk down this path with me really, really fast? Just put logic out for 5 seconds and stare at the facts in front of us. Can we do that? Just you and me, 5 seconds.
Oh,
All
Laura,
right.
humor her.
I know we don't always see eye to eye, but let's look out into this crowd right now. You okay, Chad?
I'm fine. I'm just loving this.
It's like Laura, stop it. Louise
Don't worry.
puts her arm around Laura and everything.
Don't worry, we're gonna have a persuade roll. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. I got her stuff in persuade.
No, you don't.
Right?
You don't need to persuade right now. I am happy to.
Like, just bear with me. Listen,
Laura,
let's hear me
Laura
out.
is happy to bear with you and hear you out. If you want to actually try and make
I don't
her
think
believe
she's
you,
pers-
that's a role. But
I don't
that's
feel
not
like Louise is
the
trying
problem
to persuade
yet.
you. Huh? What did you say, Jazz, honey? I'm sorry.
You're fine. I think Laura is happy to go along and listen to what you're saying. If you want to actually try and convince her that you're right, that'll be a persuade roll, but that's not happening yet.
No,
She's
I
willing
don't
to
think
go
it's
on the
anything-
thought exercise with you.
Yes,
Whether she
she is
believes the
willing to think
results of
about
the
it.
thought exercise are an entirely different matter.
Yeah,
We're gonna humor you.
Exactly. Thank you.
yeah. She's not trying to persuade anything, Beth. She's just
Okay.
let's look out in this crowd. We are seeing two faces that are identical. Laura, I mean, listen, I look like my Nana, but there are things that I have that Nana doesn't. But between you and me, those faces look like those out there. Right or no? Just looking at the faces.
Well, I haven't had as good a look at Bella as you have, but I'll believe you on that.
Now, logically, let's pretend they're the same people. Let's pretend 5 seconds.
Let's say hypothetically.
Hypothetically.
All right. Hypothetically, let's say they're the same people. Sure.
You do the math. How old should they be if they're the same people?
In
I
the
got you.
60s?
It's 18, 7. Shit.
What?
195
It should
minus
be
50
18.
years.
50
Yeah.
years old.
50 years plus they're like
That's whatever.
So it's
So it
like
should be like
75.
70 or 80.
So
No,
that's,
it's
75.
50. It is exactly 50. I just did the math.
Yeah, but
yes,
she
it
would
is
be.
50 years ago, but she is not a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like 75. Just say
So she'll
70.
be like 75.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Should be old.
Louise is asking Laura, how old would they be right now if they were one and the same?
They'd have to be in their 70s.
And let's pretend they are in their 70s.
Good.
Okay. Where are you going with this, Louise?
I don't know, but I want to find out.
Louise, I think the question here is, are they the same people or are they different people that look the same?
I mean, they have the same name. Even if they're family, there ain't no way they can have the same name. Even
I mean, if they're family, yes, they can.
you're gonna name your child the same thing as you.
It's called
That's-
Junior, and
That is
also
quite common, yes.
being the third and fourth and fifth of something.
Yeah, that's
It
a
is
thing
common.
that families do, especially old families.
Put a pin in it. You can come back to it.
Luis? Uh-oh.
Did we lose an internet or
I can hear you, Beth.
okay?
Is Tomb
No,
there?
Flower said to put a pin in it.
Oh.
Waiting.
Oh, no. I'm just. No, not like you guys shouldn't keep talking about it. It's just like if you have to put like a mental pin in, like, I'm going to remember this. Sorry, misunderstanding. I worded it wrong.
You're good.
Louise is gonna shake her head and be like, I find it so comical that y'all can't accept at least a little bit of strange, considering everything that's happened.
Well, Luis.
I just don't see why I should be accepting strange for things that seem completely plausible. I mean,
Because nothing
definitely
has
strange things have happened today. There are things that have gone on that I cannot explain, but I can't see this being one of them, and I'm not sure why you're making such a big deal out of it.
Because I feel like I'm the only one who sees it. Whatever, I'm gonna go get a drink. She's gonna walk off.
No.
Where's the bar, Beth?
It's in the bottom cables where it's like the crosses and.
That's annoying. Is it down here?
It's in the buffet area.
It's down here where Runa is
Yeah.
dancing around. It's down there.
Is Runa over here with Mr. Y?
There are they're basically you'd be able to get to them essentially. Here, I'll move them. So we're all right there.
Yeah.
So either I can I'll let Laura or Jack do what they need to, and I might bump into these two.
Oh, I was gonna have Jack follow Luis.
What a mood. What a good man. I love this man.
Is behind. I don't know. Next.
Laura, did you want to do anything before I bump into Mr. Y?
No, I'm good. Go ahead.
Alright.
Well, Luis is going to notice Jack is there and kind of be
Hi.
very appreciative.
Hi, Luis. I wanted to say to you that I love you, but I need more information about the people in that picture before I come to a conclusion on if they're the same person or not.
Oh boy, bring out the L word so soon.
Louise is gonna short circuit for 5 seconds. Please excuse me.
All right. So, Mr. Y and Runa are coming down. And they see you coming their direction. Yvonne's eyebrows going to perk in a okay.
Huh? Okay, sorry. His eyebrow perks.
Eyebrow perks, and it's just kind of like, okay, what the? Because they missed the L word, but yes, eyebrow is quirked because Luis is coming towards him, and Jack's following.
The usual.
The usual.
Runa's gonna kind of hug on his arm, just as like a, I'm here with you, sweetie, if you need to work through something. I'll be buffer.
He's gonna,
Runa.
he's gonna place a hand on yours as you're holding him. Is like a yes, I appreciate you being the buffer, kind of thing.
Hello. Without words. Do you need me to be a human shield? I'll do it.
Oh,
You'll owe me a favor, but I'll do it.
Kind of like a, okay, we are gonna see how this goes, but yes, this is gonna be interesting.
Luis is going to pack Jack's hand and whisper, like, hey, I need a minute. I gotta talk to Mr. Y and eat some crow real fast. You and I gotta talk in a little bit, Jack. You and I gotta talk. But she's
That
gonna
sounds
hold
serious.
on. Huh?
That sounds serious.
No, she's totally going to talk to you about the L word you just freaking dropped later and the goddamn kiss. Because now she's like, damn, he doesn't remember. Did it even happen now? Does it count? Listen, it's all.
Are you gaslighting me?
It's like petty BS, but Louise knows there are bigger fish to fry right now, and she will work with your relationship stuff later.
God, what a queen, keeping her eyes on the target, unlike Runa. Hey.
She's going to kiss Jack on the cheek, though, and kind of squeeze his arm, like, hey, I will be right back kind of situation. Don't die, Jack.
Oh no. Jack just puts a hand to where she kissed him and is flustered by that.
Move over here. My ladies are all right. Okay. Yeah. Hi, Louise.
Hey, Runa. I think Wolf needs some liquid medicine. And I think I need to talk to you, Mr. Y.
About what?
I think I'm going to stay right here, Louise.
Runa.
If you don't mind.
I do mind.
And I've learned a lot of information about you, Gaston, and Gabe, and I would prefer to support both of my new friend and my old friend in their times of need. Because emotions are high. So I would like to stay here, Louise.
Can I roll a persuade on Mr. Y to come walk with me?
Oh,
You're gonna have to do it at a 5th.
The 5th? That's not gonna happen.
can I persuade Runa to dance with Jack? Because he's still kind of there. He can still kind of hear everything that's happening. He just takes Runa's hand and just leads her away.
Do you really want to do that while she's on the arm of a gangster?
I'm saying he's gonna ask for a dance.
I'm gonna let Beth decide the order of operations, and then I will act accordingly.
All
Jack
right.
messes up and accidentally takes Yvonne away.
So, yeah.
Jack, Yvonne's like, yeah, sure, I'll dance with you.
Chev.
So what happens with Louise? How does
what?
Louise do on her roll?
All right.
The 5th.
The 5th. Let's do that one.
The 5th.
We both know
I
it's
plead
not gonna
that.
pass.
You roll
You know what?
anyway.
Roll the damn dice.
I just did, and it's a 13.
Okay. So you fail at rolling with the extreme at that. Yvonne is just going to be like, Louise, I'd rather have it out in public. If anything happens, I'd rather be where there are witnesses.
We are in public. We're in a dance hall. I just want to talk with you privately while walking to the bar.
I mean, I got a flask in my purse.
Runa. The disappointment on Louise's face is palpable, Runa. You can tell that she's just like, are you serious?
Yeah, she actually is. She's gonna be like, Louise, I know about what happened between you and Gaston.
No, you don't.
I just had a really long conversation with Mr. Y.
Oh no. And she is going to now glare at both you and Mr. Y. Oh.
I
And
know
that
about
was that was an information that neither you needed to be privy to or that he needed
Louise.
to share. No, don't Louise.
It was
me.
about Gaston and Gabe. He didn't go into the nitty-gritty of your part of the story. That's still your part to tell.
I don't need to tell you anything.
You
And
don't
I
have
would-
to if you don't want to.
I would much rather talk to him without you, Runa.
Why?
Because this is personal.
And look, Louise, I understand. Emotions are high.
When you ask for personal conversations, I mostly stay out of them.
Can I at least know what it's
when you
about?
don't want me to pry.
Well, I know Mr. Y doesn't want to have a conversation without you or without somebody here. And if you had to have anybody else here.
No, I won't talk then. Never mind then. If he doesn't want to be man enough to talk to me alone and have me say my piece, then never mind. Doesn't need to be
You've got
said.
a big old
Roll
shotgun on your
psychology.
back, Louise.
Roll
Huh?
psychology. Jack, Louise, Laura, or Louise, Runa. Roll psychology.
Okay.
Why do I roll an 8 now? The fuck?
That is a 46 out of 80.
All right. And Runa,
24.
Yvonne is bristling. And he does not. He is holding back some restraint, but he is not appreciative of that. And like Runa, he's holding on to your. There's a momentary tight squeeze of like restraining oneself. Miss LeBlanc, why don't you just give? What exactly do you want to ask me without revealing all of your secrets? And then I'll decide.
I wanted to have a conversation. I didn't need to ask you nothing. It was just a conversation.
All right. He's going to take a moment, and then he's going to kind of move his arm off of Runa and kind of give you a look, Runa, of like, I will handle this. And he's like, very well. We can have a private conversation, Miss LeBlanc. And he's going to gesture to lead the way.
She's gonna take his arm, not very loosely, just in case he doesn't like it.
Alright.
And she is not looking at Runa. Runa, no. Where's the bar again?
It's down at the bottom with all the
Yeah.
tables and the
It's
cross
here.
sections.
Right here.
For lack of, I don't want to move the pieces but they're walking and talking, Beth.
Alright.
Because I don't know, just walking and talking. Let Jack and Runa go first, though. I figure like this might go long.
Well, it won't take too long. I just want Jack to let Runa know about the picture that they just saw.
Okay, you can walk and talk with me. We're not letting them go out of our sight, so you can tell me that as I am dragging you by the sleeve.
Oh, wait, what? Okay.
We spying!
Do you have to roll stealth for that?
I will,
You're
let,
right.
I will let you guys know when you need to roll stealth.
Just be like, Jack, I'm really worried about both of them. He is at a tipping point, and he will hit a lady at this point. He will hit a lady at this point if Louise
What's
says
happening?
the wrong
Why?
thing. Look, he's really upset about Gabe right now. I'm really worried about both of them, Jack.
I think I need more information, please.
Okay. Louise and Gaston have history. I'm not gonna go into that with you. That's a Louise thing to explain to you. She already hates me. I can tell. She wants to gut me like a fucking fish.
Yep.
So I'm not gonna press that one. But Yvonne has skin in this gay race. Louise has skin in this gay race. I just learned some really sad. They're not coming back. Okay, the boys aren't coming back. I'm just very concerned that emotions are high and they're gonna do something that they both might regret. And that's bad. So we're gonna be calm, we're gonna watch, and we're gonna make sure nothing bad happens. That's
You have your flask?
she
You want to take a sip?
She hands
You
it over.
want to take a sip of that? You want to take a sip and relax? Actually, Jack will take it first and take a drink of it, and then he'll give it back to Runa and be like, "Here, take some. Relax. Take some deep breaths."
She's good.
Okay. As there was just like poison or something in there.
No, it's just rum. But
Okay.
I can imagine that there's probably like, Runa's shorter than
What kind?
Jack. So it's like, here's her little tiny head poking around the corner, and here's Jack's like a couple inches above her. It's like leaned around the corner.
What kind of rum are we talking here?
Spice rum.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, spice rum.
Cecil shit. Duh. Okay, I'm sorry. If Beth and
All right, yeah, go ahead.
Tomb want to go.
We'll pan camera over towards Louise and Mr. Y.
Oh boy. All right.
So you guys
So they'll
make it to the bar.
What, Beth?
You two are
Beth,
what?
I can't hear you. Beth, you're breaking up.
Let me try to disconnect and reconnect.
I think reconnect.
Can you hear me
Yeah,
now?
you're both breaking up a bit.
Oh,
Yeah, I can hear you now, Beth.
am I alright?
Awesome.
Yes, you're better now. You're both
That
better
still
now.
sounds muffled to me.
Beth, say some more things. Nope. Oh, that's really bad.
That's really bad. You got worse, Beth. Damn, during good part too.
1 second, let me reset my internet. Get that to work.
Gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, this is your impromptu talk. Yeah. We have apparently some technical difficulties. It will be back with you shortly. Thank you.
Does it
Oh,
work
by
now?
the way, tonight's show is
Hi, Beth.
Hi, I'm back.
There we go. You sound
better
better.
enough.
So you and Mr. Y are talking and making their way down to the bar. There is tension. Go ahead and start.
So Luis is loosely holding his arm. And actually, because of the interaction that went on, she might be quiet until they get to the bar and they sit down. I mean, granted, it's still a public place, but they're both private. So this is good enough for Louise. She just didn't want Runa around. So she sits down. She probably orders them both something, and to kind of look down, kind of look at him. Thank you, thank you for moving us.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of look down, kind of look at him and sigh and be like, well, I wanted to start off by apologizing for what I said at the boxing ring. It was out of line, and I understand that you care a lot about Gabe. I know about y'all's feelings and y'all's relationship, and I'm honestly very happy for both of y'all. I was hoping to try to get him a dance with you today. Long sigh. But I care a lot about my cousin, and I care about his safety more than anything else. And what I said to you in the boxing room was, in the boxing club, was out of line. And I do want to start off apologizing for that, Mr. Y.
He's going to be silent for a few moments. And then he's going to nod. I appreciate you apologizing, Miss LeBlanc. I don't see why this had to be in a private setting, but I appreciate the apology.
I prefer not to air issues and things in front of people. I keep things private, and that's how I like to have it. Nobody else needs to be privy to our disputes or anything like that, or our reconciling should we have one. I also know that you got to say goodbye to them before they went.
He kind of shrugs. He's not gonna answer your question. He's not gonna answer whether or not he said goodbye to Gabe.
She's gonna assume he did, but she's gonna kind of sigh, and she kind of looks at him and is like, it was the only thing any of us could figure to keep him safe, and it was honestly Gaston's idea.
I'm firmly aware that it was Gaston's idea to skip town. He has had that plan since he was about 13.
Yeah. Man always was a runner. But I know it doesn't make it any easier on you, and I am sorry for that. I know you two were close, and I know you two wanted to get closer, and I'm sorry.
Again, I appreciate the apology. Go ahead and roll psychology.
It is a 10.
He is tense. He's not quite on edge, but it's very much a not in a good mood kind of feel.
She's gonna notice this, and she's gonna full-blown ask, anything else you think I've wronged you on, Mr. Y? And it's an honest ask. She sees these 10s. And she's gonna try to joke and be like, the shotgun safety's on, and I ain't touching it. I ain't using it.
I can see that. My sister did tell me that you bribed her into getting the shotgun to show up.
A little bit. Been a tense couple days.
He's gonna kind of nod in a very much of a no shit, Sherlock.
She's gonna chuckle at that and probably take a drink. She's gonna sigh and she's gonna tell him, yeah, it ain't been easy considering what with the people breaking into the speakeasy and now everything with Gabe. But I'm sure you know all about all of that.
My sister has given me her side of the situation. And I have my side of the situation with Gabe.
I'm sorry he didn't get to go out on that boat of yours. He seemed pretty excited when he talked to me about it. Well, after he got done being mad at me for reading the letter.
He kind of shakes his head and is like, well, I figured you would have read that. Even if my sister handed it directly to Gabe, you still would have figured out some way to stick your nose into something.
It's an art.
Mm-hmm. Let me guess. You probably misunderstood what a paramour was.
Yeah, your sister had to kindly correct me.
Yolanda's very generous like that.
Oh, she was so amused. She corrected me at my own expense, let me tell you.
Mm-hmm.
And that misunderstanding apparently has put me in hot water with John Savoy. How he found out, I have no idea. I have suspicions, though.
Like what?
He seems to have had some information that there were very few people in the room to know about. And I doubt you'd be telling him anything, so I've got suspicions on who could have told him.
There is going to be a very obvious eye roll from Yvonne, and he's just going to turn back to his drink.
She said it wasn't him.
No, but he is. I mean, you could press him about it and be like, I don't know. But he's going to have a very obvious eye roll.
She's gonna nudge him and be like, I don't think you ratted me out. I know you didn't. But
Why would you assume that that kind of information hasn't been out for weeks and months and if not years? You do. Do you even know about the Nicole situation?
I mean, I know what I've been told by Gabriel.
So you know that he got himself roped into basically being her arm candy, right?
Yeah, I'm well aware of that.
He kind of does like then the wheels should it should be obvious why John Savoy thought he was a gigolo or made the insinuation of the gigolo. It's not just a guy. Not just a guy thing. He could have. It's very much a He might have been referring to the fact that maybe, rumors of his daughter paying Gabe to be her arm candy.
That isn't the issue. He threatened me over in the room over there and told me that I had said that he had heard me saying that, that he was a gigolo and all that. And that he overheard our little crazy idea to try to keep the girls away from the dance competition.
Well, who knows who else was down there and who heard things. And I mean, let us be perfectly frank. Given the reputation the LeBlanc family has with each other, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody was like, yeah, that seems like a very LeBlanc thing to do.
She's going to roll her eyes at him and kind of just sigh. Whatever you say, Mr. Y. I have my suspicions on who may have told him. It was far too suspicious for it to have just been a random assumption. But it's all right.
He's gonna shake his head and he's gonna go back to his drink. And if it's cool, we'll go hop over to Virgil and kind of let him have his moment.
All right.
Yeah, that's cool with everyone else. Is it cool with everybody else, or?
Cool with me.
All right.
It's cool.
All right. Cool beans. So,
Hello.
just making sure this is Virgil. Okey-doke.
Yeah.
All right.
Huh.
So, Virgil, you're kind of mingling and chilling and stuff, trying to wait till Miss Y is done with her conversation with her father, and you're kind of mingling, dancing, whatever, and you feel a tap on your shoulder, and you turn, and it's Miss Y. And she's like, I don't see you having a dance partner. Do you need somebody to help?
Well, if you're offering to dance with me, sure.
All right. So she offers up her hand, and
Give her a look.
all right, and you two start dancing, and
Yeah.
you guys are doing well, dancing and mingling and stuff. So if there's like a conversation you wish to start, go ahead and ask away.
Gosh. What do we talk about? How's your night going, Miss Y? Is it good?
She kind of shrugs. It's been an interesting turn of events. Yes, it's been an interesting turn of events.
Do you want to talk about it?
She kind of shrugs. I think it'd be kind of boring for a pretty face like you.
I mean, you can try me.
Well, just with all the chaos that was going on last night, with all the singers and dancers, my father's been trying to push back the dancing competition, but you know how Jean Savoy is.
Very steadfast in his ways.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I missed the dancing competition.
You missed the sign-ups. But
Oh, that's too bad.
yeah, but at least we're dancing now. She's kind of close. It's kind of a closer kind of dance. You two are pretty close.
Can I see what she has on her?
Roll me spot hidden.
Oh. What is the... That is a 66 out of 40, so I guess I don't know.
I mean, you guys are kind of swaying. Like, Miss Y seems to be taking the lead in this and not giving you a chance to do anything.
Oh, jeez.
You know, like you're kind of in control as the male lead, but she's also kind of being the male lead. It's very close. It's very, for lack of a better word, it's almost kind of kinky.
God.
It's very flirtatious. It's close. I don't know. My dancing terminology is very basic, but she's dancing. You two are dancing, and she's gonna say, "Well, what about you? How's your evening been going?"
It's been a wonderful evening. I got to meet so many lovely people, including that boxer fellow over there. Kind of gestures towards Wolf.
Oh yeah, Wolf. He is
Wolf's
one of the main
over
attractions tonight.
Wolf's just like frantically looking for his watch on the dance floor still.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I wonder what he's doing over there looking around for something. She's placing a hand on your chest. Kind of a closeness.
She's invading his bubble.
Invading the bubble.
Well, I couldn't tell you what he's doing over there. It certainly has nothing to do with me.
So roll me a spot hidden real quick.
Okay. No, 17.
17
Out of 20 something?
out of 20.
25? No, 40. Jesus, wow.
Yeah, so you look down just as she slipped her hand into your coat pocket,
No.
and she's gone straight for the hidden pocket. And
What you doing there,
she's got this
friend?
she's got a big smile on her face. And she
I thought we were getting friendly. What happened?
Oh, we're getting very friendly now.
Virgil like grab her hand to stop her.
She's got her hand there, and she's got her other hand kind of around your neck.
Oh,
And she,
whoa!
it's leaning around your neck, so you two are very close. But she
Can Virgil
has
stop
her
her
hand.
from putting her hand in there?
Her hand's already in there.
Can Virgil pull it out of there?
Dexterity.
Like dexterity, you say?
Yeah.
What's my dex?
60.
Thank you. That is a 6.
You manage to kind of pull her hand out, and she kind of gives you this little pout, but she does pull out the smaller watch you stole earlier.
Which would be, would I know, or am I?
Yeah, it's Jack's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how much shit I've stolen, so it could be just like, I don't know where I got this, but I have it now.
The important ones. So she has this one, and she kind of gives you a little bit of a pouty face of like, "Oh, you caught me. Aw. We're just about having some great fun." Bullshit and that kind of stuff. And she's like, "Mr. Foxville, I do believe it's very impolite to be stealing stuff from contestants going on."
Well, what, do you want the watch, Miss Y?
Well,
And I don't think I stole it from a contestant,
go ahead.
which is true.
It is true, yes. Still, you have stolen somebody's stuff, and frankly, I do not need to hear the report about it with the officers when the fella reports it. And
I don't know, Miss
frankly,
Y. You're the one holding the watch.
she's got a quirk of the eyebrow. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of a choice. You can turn around and go give back the watch to the fella. Or I can tell Katie that you stole her brother's watch, and I will lovingly enjoy watching you get the shit beaten out of you by that girl and her heels.
Don't tell Katie.
Would he know Katie?
I don't know, maybe.
I don't know.
If he knows the party boys, he probably know some of them at least.
Okay, do you want to roll a luck to see if or knowledge?
Sure.
Yeah, roll a knowledge.
Oh, knowledge? Okay.
Roll that 69 or lower.
It's an 18.
Yeah, you do know Katie, you do know the Good Time Gals and the Party Boys. You also know that Katie, you have not seen it in person, but you have heard of her bringing forth the righteous fury of those heels.
Yeah, I think Virgil's kind of scared of Katie.
Yes. So
Don't
Yolanda's
tell her,
gonna
please.
put the watch back or in your hand, and she's gonna pat you on the shoulder, and she's like, once you return what you've stolen, maybe I might have something special for you. She offers you a cheeky wink. It kind of turns you around, smack on the ass to get you on.
Okay.
Hey, man.
I think
She's in a mood.
Virgil's just like he looks kind of like a child getting chewed out by their parents until she does that, and he's like, "Whoa." He's like, "Fine, okay, mom."
Yes. So she's gonna watch you head and make sure you head your way over to the table where everybody is.
Except Jack's not over there. Oh, she mean the other way. Sure. Is Wolf still searching the dance floor?
Yes, he's still searching the dance floor, and Miss Y has a sneaking suspicion you also have the other watch.
I feel at this point he's probably just starting to like slump.
Oh, okay.
Because he can't find it. So it's just like maybe like nursing what's left of his headache and just like trying to recount his steps, and you can kind of see him like gesturing to himself as he's like walking through what he's been doing.
And
maybe talking to Laura.
Can Virgil make a psychology check to see if she knows about the other watches?
All right, go ahead.
Like, or just like learn from like the way she's talking about it. Like, you better give all of it back and not just this one.
Yeah, go ahead and roll psychology.
Like, see how much, or see how much she knows about his stuff. Jeez, Virgil, goddamn. That's a 12. I don't know how much he has in psychology.
You have a 10.
Damn.
So
so close.
So close. You're not entirely sure for certain, but would you really want to tempt fate?
Fine, just to be safe.
Yeah. Get your butt. Besides, she
Forget about tempting fate. Do you want to tempt Miss Y?
She did promise you something, a little something, if you do as you're told.
What it could be. Info. Shenanigans.
Who is no one around here I can just pass Miss Y off to, unfortunately. So, okay, I guess as everyone is dancing still, Virgil will just kind of hand her off to someone.
No, she has stopped, and she's kind of she's nudged you, and basically she slapped your ass and kind of was like, All right, get going. Here's a little taste
Yeah.
of your prize when you get back.
Okay, off he goes. Hello. Virgil first approaches the table. Hello.
I'm sure Wolf is probably describing his watch to Lauren. Just like, I just can't find it.
Oh, he's
I
describing
think
it?
Laura.
Hmm?
I
Is he
think Laura
Oh.
has started to suspect that this guy might have taken it because he was acting awful suspicious around Wolf immediately before. So when Virgil comes over, he's getting some very suspicious looks.
Well, did Virgil approach when the wolf is like describing what it looks like or something?
Sure. Let's do that.
Up to bat. I have a feeling like after he's kind of lost hope about finding it on the dance floor, he probably would be describing it to Tony and Laura and just be like, okay, so I had it here. I got the bad. We'll just forget about that. I know I had it here and I sat down. It looks like this.
Yes, Virgil is
Okay.
standing up as.
Yeah, Virgil. Yeah. Well, Virgil will tap on Wolf's shoulder. Be like, "Excuse me, Mr. Wolfgang."
He
Friend.
gets punched in the face.
God damn it.
No, not like it's like the twitchy but he stops himself. Just like, oh, what is it, Mr. Fox?
Is
Foxfield.
Foxfield.
Mr. Foxfield.
Is this yours? And then he'll hand the wolf the watch.
He immediately brightens up. He's like, oh my
And
god.
Virgil looks really sad.
Wolf takes. He's like, yeah, this is it. Where did you find it?
It
He's
was
immediately
on,
putting it on his fucking wrist.
it was on the floor over there. And Virgil will vaguely gesture to where he actually kind of took the watch from.
Normally, I'd say this is probably where I'd ask for a psychology check, but I think Wolf is too excited that the watch is back on his wrist.
I'm doing a psychology check.
That's
Alright.
fine.
God damn it, Laura. No. Do I roll fast talk or
You're
something?
fine, that's an 87.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. So, yeah. I'm just gonna go. As Virgil starts just backing up
Wait, Mr.
slowly. Oh,
Mr.
God.
Foxfield.
Yes.
So once it's back on his wrist, he's gonna grab his hand with both of his hands and give it a really nice firm shake. He's like, "Thank you so much for finding this for me. It's really important to me."
As Wolf grabs him, you can see like the fear in Virgil's eyes, like, oh no. And then Wolf starts shaking his hand and thank him, and he calms down. He's like, oh, it's nothing. It's
You
nothing.
wanted to go to the fight, right? On the 6th? I can get you tickets.
Can you?
Yeah, think of it as a thank
I
you
mean-
for finding this watch for me.
Oh. Don't worry about it. I'll get tickets the old-fashioned way.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Positive.
Are there tickets left?
I mean, I do have specialty tickets that I can invite friends and family and stuff too. So yeah, I can get you a ticket if you really want to go.
Sure. I'll take it. Sure. Just how much are tickets normally?
Can I say that like as he's like recalling how much tickets are, he's patting himself down? And does he find that business card that Virgil gave him earlier?
Probably. If Wolf kept it.
I mean, probably. Probably just shoved it in his pocket without thinking.
Yeah, he found it in his pocket.
He's like looking at it, the lover. He's looking at the back of this card, like, not only is like, damn, this is like real nice cardstock. Look at this shit, and this is fancy as fuck. But just like, This is your business card, right?
Yes, it is. I bedazzled it myself.
Virgil.
Do you like it?
Bedazzled, copyright, TM. It's a real. I've never seen a business card like this. The lover's card, huh? Do all
Yeah.
of them have? Anyways, the number on here is correct, right? It's your recent contact.
Yeah.
Fine, then I can give you a call later and we can arrange the ticket exchange so you can come to the fight.
Sure. Sounds good. Did you want another card? They all have different things on the back of them.
Sure, why
You
not?
seem to
I'll
be
take
enthralled
card.
by. Okay.
What's on the back?
Virgil starts dishing out cards. They all have different things on the back of them. Let me just pull
We've
this
got the
out,
lover's
okay.
card. What one does Laura
Laura
get?
gets.
Yeah, what card do I get?
Laura gets a 3 of wands, unfortunately. Although it's not too bad. It's kind of like a guy standing on like a precipice of a cliff with a stick in his hand, and 2 are off to the side.
You said the 3 of wands.
Yes. Wolf gets another one. Does Wolf want another one? I don't know how many of these Virgil carries on him.
No, I think I'm good with just the lover.
Okay.
He's gonna look at the art on Laura's card too, though, just like, man, I need to figure out who did your cards. I know a couple people would be really interested in something of this caliber.
Well, we can talk about that when we talk about the tickets. How about that?
That sounds great.
Are you free tomorrow? Or today? Will you be at the boat party?
Unfortunately not. Beth, does Wolf have an invitation to the La Luxuria from the
Nope.
Saganos? Nope, okay.
Virgil have
No.
one?
Nope.
Oh,
No,
Virgil get one?
no, unfortunately I have some family matters to take care of, and I had other plans for the night, so it's a
Alright,
real
well,
swanky party on the La
You
Luxuria.
have my card, so
I do. Thank you very much. And he puts it back in his breast pocket. He's just so happy to have his watch back.
Alright, well, you guys have a good night. I got a few other people I have to talk to.
Have a good night, Mr. Foxfield.
You as well. Good day. And then he'll nod and kind of walk away to find Jack quickly.
All right. Would you? All right. Let's see. Go ahead and roll a spot.
What now?
Go ahead and roll a spot hidden so you can see if you can find Jack.
That's a 54.
All right. So you don't seem to find him. You're kind of looking around. You can't seem to find him. Louise, Jack, Runa, is there anything you guys would particularly like to do?
I think at this point, Runa is good to kind of stick back. Like she understands that like Louise is mad at her and that there's some tension between the both of them, and she's kind of hurt about it, but there's no point in bringing it up right now. And she's just more worried about the potential explosion.
Right.
Because she knows, like, Louise has had a rough night. She knows Yvonne has divulged a lot of information to her, and he's not also having a night, so Runa's good.
Okay.
Jack does have to talk to Louise.
Okay. Tomb, is there anything you would like to do or say or ask?
Louise might finish off her drink, and seeing as, Yvonne actually really doesn't want to talk to her, she's not going to ask what she had originally intended on asking either. But she is going to stand, kind of nod to him and be like, well, I'll let you have your night back with Runa. Well, considering everything going on with Mr. Savoy, I may be having to find you guys out to be a paramour myself.
That is going to get an eyebrow quirk from Yvonne. How much did Gabe tell you about the paramour thing?
He only told me that it's a form of protection that you guys offer. I may be needing it soon.
He's gonna nod. I see. Well, we'll have to see what happens in the coming weeks. After all, it would be very hard for Jean Savoy to be on the side of good if he gets rid of the LeBlanc liquor access. And he's gonna turn back to his drink.
Have a good night, Mr. Savoy. Sorry, Beth. Have a good night, Mr. Y.
Have a good night, Miss LeBlanc.
And she is going to walk away. She is going to walk past these two. I'm not even going to roll the spot hidden. She does not notice them at first. Her head's down. And she is hurrying up the stairs to find Jack. But Louise is a dumbass, so.
Sure.
No.
Alright. She walks past you guys. She seems to be in focus mode. Jack, Runa, do you guys want to try and stop her? Or kind of be like, hey, we're over here? Or kind of casually come from a different
Jack
direction?
go first.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Chev, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go?
Well, I was gonna say Jack probably doesn't want to.
She's just head down, looking at the floor, trying not to fall on her heels.
Was she standing there, or is she farther in?
She'd be about here, and she is going to pause here and look around the room because she thinks you two are out here.
That was what I was afraid of. I was like, well, I have to get around her and make seem like I was in the party the whole time.
Well,
No, because you guys could have moved. She's not gonna think anything of it. I can promise you that. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's you. It's Jack.
She's up the stairs. Jack is just gonna come up the stairs and tap her on the shoulder as well. Everyone's getting tapped on the shoulder today.
Shoulder taps.
Hey, Louise.
Hey, and she'll actually semi-smile at you.
And Runa's here too.
Smile's gone now.
You know what? I can see you're in a mood, Louise, and
I'm in a mood.
I can see you don't want to talk to me.
And why do you think that, Runa?
Because when your boyfriend's here, you're all starshine. And I walked up and you turned like you smelled a piece of shit.
I mean, boyfriend here isn't, causing problems.
Boyfriend?
Excuse me?
I asked to talk to him. You make it seem like I'm going to hold him at gunpoint.
I didn't think you were gonna hold him at gunpoint, Louise.
You acting like I was. I don't want to get into it, Runa.
When do you ever want to get into it with me, Louise? You've been bossing me around all night, not telling me things. What do you want me to do, Louise? I didn't think you were gonna pull the gun on Mr. Y. I just knew he was in a bad mood, and he might have done something to you as well. You both have fingers on the trigger, and I was concerned about both of you. So I'm sorry if That's not how you understood the situation. I'm trying. I don't know what's going on tonight, but I'm trying to make sense of it. And I don't want to fight with you.
And that's why I'm trying not to get into it with you, Runa.
But we can't move past it if you won't even talk to me about it. But if you don't want to talk, then I can go. What do you want me to do, Louise?
I kind of just wish I knew where your loyalties were, Runa. You were hugging his arm like it was end of the world, like I was gonna shoot him. I just need to talk to him in private, and you couldn't do me that simple favor. I couldn't even talk to him. I don't want to get into it, Runa. I really don't. And considering he's blabbing his mouth about me, I don't appreciate that either.
Okay, you've said what you need to say, Louise. I understand. That's fine. Excuse me, Jack. Please take care of Louise. And she's going to leave to go talk to Tony and Laura and the rest of the group. Boop, 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 doo. Do, do, do. So, hey, you two.
She's gonna sigh and look at Jack. Are you mad at me too?
Why would I be mad at you?
I don't know. Everybody's mad at me at this point.
Well, I'm not mad at you.
Well, thank God for that.
What's the situation?
I don't know. I don't know at this point. We still don't know why all the dancers and singers are being funny. We don't know why, Mr. Savoy was being an asshat to Gabriel, and all I needed to do was talk to Mr. Savoy and Mr. Y, and apologize for what happened up in the boxing club, and I couldn't even do that. I'm tired, Jack. I'm just very tired. I don't know why there's a picture of Bella and Dickie and that 50-year-old picture, and we don't know why there's a funny book or what the funny book is or what this has to do with the Lamar Savoy girl. And
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what Jack knows and what he doesn't know. Does Jack know about the book?
Jack was there for the book conversation, but not that Tony was supposed to find the book.
yeah.
All right. Louise, take 20 minutes and explain everything to me.
It's gonna take more than 20 minutes.
Oh,
Well, takes 20 minutes and explains her theory. That her theory is that the girls got this messed up book from she doesn't know who from, but they got this messed up book. They summoned something that wasn't a Loa, and she thinks that there's something sus about the party boys and party girls. She wants to look at the book to see what's sus about it, and she thinks that the party girls and party boys are sus, considering Stuart supposedly died, Katie went missing, and Bella and Richie are in a picture that's over 50 years old. And she thinks the Ys know something. So she spends 20 minutes doing that to Jack.
well.
And she cries at several points.
Wow.
She's frustrated. She just had a fight with Runa.
Jack gives her a hug.
Yeah.
Well, when you put it like that, Louise, it sounds reasonable. But
Reasonable. Reasonable but illogical according to Laura.
Well, don't think about Laura. We enjoy Laura. We like her a lot.
We like Laura.
sometimes we need
Aw,
to.
thank you.
We need the logic in our lives.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say sometimes we need to be not logic, unlogic.
Sometimes you need to think illogically.
Yeah. Well, what do you recommend our next course of action should be?
Well, I think we should. It sounds crazy, but maybe talk to to Richie and Bella and see if that's actually them in the photos, or see about getting our hands on that book, or finding out a way to get on that stupid boat that I keep hearing about. That was in Gabe's letter. There's something with this whole Paramore thing. I don't understand it.
All right. Are they here? Are Rich and Bella here?
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, did you want to go talk to Richie and Bella then?
I just spent 10 minutes with Bella. I don't think
I'm
I
sorry.
Can it's okay. I don't think I can do it again. My feet still hurt from her trying to teach me to dance.
Did you want me to talk to her?
Well, do you think she'll tell you anything?
No. But we can always try.
Well, I mean, how do we approach it? Like, hi, Bella, you're in a 50-year-old photo.
Hi, Bella. When were you born? Oh. Oh, we're both Geminis.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's gonna
cool.
work.
That's cool. Oh, we're both the year of the bear, or whatever.
Louise is smiling and laughing at that, and she's kind of been calmed down by Jack a little. Well, let's go regroup with the group and see if maybe we can divide and conquer a little.
You wanted to talk to me first, though.
Oh.
Unless you don't want to talk anymore.
Do you remember anything about us dancing?
Being what?
About us dancing. Do you remember anything about that?
Jack stares at Louise for a minute. Then he blushes and then nods.
Fuck. She's gonna go red. She's gonna squeak and go, mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
I lost my watch. Just to change conversation. I lost my special watch that my sister gave me for graduating. And then I don't remember anything after that.
Oh no! Do you want me to help you look for it?
Yes, please.
All right, let's hit the dance floor and let's look for it, shall we?
All right, once more.
So takes his arm and proceeds to go to the dance floor to look for the watch.
All right. Words are escaping me. Do we want to have that as a good spot to kind of?
I think this is a good place
Yeah.
to spot
Yeah.
because I think Jazz,
Yeah.
you needed to bounce pretty soon here, right?
I do need to bounce, yep.
All right. So we will go ahead and call that the session.
Spot.
Yeah. So we will we will see what shenanigans come next time.
On
think
Dragon Ball Z.
yeah.
God, fucking the Iggy
Baby,
Muppet.
that's all, folks.
All right. Thank you for watching. Bye.